Hi, this is Jason Fielder with the Daily Forex Report for June 17th. We are looking at the US-Japanese yen pair. This particular pair closed down today. We are expecting this pair to potentially move as high as 97.49 and possibly as low as 94.76. We are looking for some resistance around 96.07, possibly some support around 95.50. This particular pair is moving somewhat sideways with a heavy bias to the downside. We'd have to get some break of some of these support levels before we could really say that it's moving lower. Now, switching to the Euro USD pair, this particular pair pulled back during today's session. We are expecting this pair to continue moving sideways with a bias that is sideways as well. Look for it to move potentially as high as 140.87. Possibly as low as 137.10. Look for some resistance around 1.4000 and look for some support around 138.35. Switching over to the pound US dollar pair, this particular pair formed an inside bar day to day. As you can see, did close down, but just by a little bit, forming a doji bar as well. Inside doji bars are a good idea of a breakout or a potential breakout, although we did have a very large range on this particular bar. We are looking for it to potentially move as high as 166.10 and to the downside around 1.6097. Look for some resistance around 165.75 and look for some support around 162.50 in this particular pair. Switching to the US Swiss, this pair moved down. It is moving sideways overall. We are looking for this pair to potentially move as high as 0.1006, possibly as low as 1.0682. Look for some resistance around 10900 and possibly hitting some support at 1.0762. Now, the pound released their jobless claims change, and it was better than expected at 39.3K from 49.6K, so that was good news for the pound. We also had the US releasing their CPI today. It was lower than expected at negative 1.3% from negative 0.7%. Now, looking ahead into tomorrow's session, we have the Swiss National Bank releasing their rate decision at 3:30 a.m. Eastern Time tomorrow. Consensus is they're going to hold the rate at 0.25%. We also have the Canadian dollar releasing their CPI report for May at 7 a.m. Eastern tomorrow. Consensus is things have dropped from 0.4% to negative 0.2%. Now, as far as what I'm looking at during this next session, we have the Euro USD pair formed a swing trade setup during this last session. If you draw your trend line, look for I'm looking for a potential breakout above 139.74. Looking at two areas, one would be this particular horizontal line as potential resistance that's going to hit, and this one. This first one's about 80 pips up. If we hit that, we should definitely go to break even. And at that point, at the second point, you definitely would want to exit because that's around 130 pips or so. So that's the one of the trades that I'm looking at putting on during this next session. Well, that about does it for today. Until next time, this is Jason Fielder. Good trading.